Hey guys, and this is my tank build episode 2 on my Juwel Rio 125. So anyway, thank you for all the support on my previous video of me showing the new tank. That's got a lot of views on that tank, so thanks for everyone that's watched that. So as you can see, I've got rock in the tank. I've gone for Marco rock, and I spent £75 on 12.5 kilos of this rock, and I do have just one piece of slightly different rock in the corner. So it is Marco rock, but it's been cut at the bottom, so it's called prime rock. It's just completely flat at the bottom for sand bed or stacking. So that'll definitely just be staying on the sand bed there. So the type of rockscape I've gone for is it's not massively unique, but it's good because you've got different shelves of for the different types of corals. So top layer will probably be, you know, your SPS, the high level acros, and then the middle three rocks, you know, the lower light SPS and LPS, and then there will be other rocks in here. I will be adding as much as this rock in from this system into the Juwel tank. Yeah, I'm going to be using as much as I can to help with biological filtration a little bit, and to spread good bacteria and coralline. So coralline will help. Well, it's a type of algae that grows naturally everywhere, really, on the back wall, on the rocks, even sometimes the sand, the little tiny grains of sand. I've actually got that. I think maybe little bits of pink spots all over them. So eventually all these rocks will go pink or pinky purple. Eventually it will take a few months to start. Different tanks go through different stages, but this will, in the first month or two, this will have an algae stage probably, where all the rocks will go a little bit green, especially white rock as well. It'll be a lot more noticeable than the natural purpley pink raw reef rock. So yeah, as I said, it's not massively packed in here because I will be adding the real reef rock in here. But yeah, that's as tall as it will go though. So you can see it goes probably 65% tall of the tank, which is you want to go no more than 75 really, especially when you got 100 watt worth of lights on here, well 50 watts each, and there is a big crossover so that it comes out all the way out here, finishes in the corner there, and then this will do the same and come all the way out. So that means the middle triangle gets twice the amount of power, well, power levels. So yeah, you just want to be careful. You don't go too high on the rocks, which will just overcook your corals just a little bit. And at the moment, with this amount of rock, there are plenty of hiding spaces for fish. There is a whole network of caves at the back. There's a whole strip of cave at the back for all the fish to hide at night. There's a little corner here. But as I said, it will be more packed over the next couple of weeks. And there are little crevices, as you can see in the corners. There's a little ledge. There's a few ledges that all the fish can hide under. There's a big bit under there. And yeah, I will be. Oh, I've already got my sand for this tank. I haven't got it in yet. I will get to that over the next few days. So in the next video, I will have sand and my auto top off running, and well, obviously water. So yeah, I'm looking forward to putting water in it and the sand, and then the ATO. We're gonna have to get a reservoir just for the time being in here. So reservoir I'm gonna have to at least have minimum of 25 liters container in here to be constantly topping up the system with RO water to make sure that the water level stays, you can see, maximum and minimum. So I'm pretty sure I am going to be using my my fluval tank here for a reservoir. This is 50 liters, but excluding the filtration, because you've got at least 35-40 liters worth of RO water that will be in here, underneath here in this cupboard. Probably here, it has to be on the bottom shelf, not on the top, because this just has little black tabs in it, and it's just, I mean, they're just plastic things, and it will break with all that weight on it. So I think I've sort of started to plan it out. So I'm going to have my reservoir here which will probably be the fluval tank when I do the transfer, but for the time being it'll just have to be a old plastic 15-litre container just to start with for the first couple of weeks, and then that will come up to like here, and then I'll have my dosing machine here, I think, and then all my electrics will be mounted on this bit here, switchables obviously, so I can easily access them all. And anything else that I need on the top shelf, like food or anything. I mean, there's not going to be much in this cabinet. Juwel have done a nice job of giving a lot of space in here, and the option to take out this this shelf if needed. One thing that is good about this type of rock as well is that it's got loads of little holes, you can see. So let me just zoom in. So it's got loads of little holes all in it, which is it's good for coral placements. When I get some of my coral flags will have plugs on them, so I can easily just wedge them in any of those little holes, which is good, so I don't always have to be every time using coral glue or putty to stick my corals onto the rock, which will be very helpful actually. And another thing is because it's dry and because it's dry and it's kind of got a unique shape to it. It's got loads of little, because of the holes and the extra little bits of ledges on it, it's really easy to slot each rock into place, so they hold on to each other really nice. They don't like slip down like this rock does, because I had a lot of difficulty stacking this rock is impossible. It just slips because there's no, I mean, it's very like not smooth, but you know, it's kind of got that weird shape to it where it just it doesn't grip onto to each other's rocks very well. So personally, in my opinion, I would go for this. Not real reef rock. Just saying, in my opinion, I prefer this this Marco rock, and I wish I went for Marco rock in my my fluval tank as well. And it is significantly cheaper as well. You'd probably spend 3 times the amount on real reef rock than you would Marco rock, because this was surprisingly cheap actually for 12.5 kilos, which if I wasn't adding more real reef rock, well, more rock into the tank, then I'd have to probably double up on the amount of rock that I've got in there, but more smaller pieces, because the problem with getting fewer larger rocks, which what I've done here is you don't have as many options to scape, whereas if these 6 pieces of large piece of Marco rock, if they were all broken down into, like, let's say 24 smaller rocks, then you'd have a lot more options to switch out with smaller pieces of rocks than larger, if you know what I mean. But I went for larger, so just to make sure it's stable, because I've had a lot of experience with unstable rocks. This whole fluval tank has been unstable since day one. I've scaped it maybe 3 or 4 times, and it's been wrong ever since. So yeah, I have tested just adding a tiny bit of pressure onto each one of these rocks, and it's all stable. Nothing moves, which is good. My first stable rockscape. So yeah, that'll do it for this video. In the next video I will have sand and ATO and possibly another piece of equipment. I don't know what yet. Oh yeah, water obviously. Yeah, you'll catch me then. Bye.